And then eLevate took out Overpass, VP removed Inferno, which leaves us with Cash in case we need it for the third map.
Yeah.
So we've got Nuke and Cobble, the main two maps we're going to see here. Is that surprising at all for you, or how do you feel like these two will fare?
A lot of teams see Virtus.pro as very strong in Mirage. Obviously, eLevate going to remove that. We know that Virtus.pro doesn't really play us 2 that much. That's out of the way. I mean, it's not a surprising thing. The only interesting thing is eLevate picking Nuke, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think they're just going for that 6-seater side, where you get you win the pistol and then you get 12 rounds. And as long as you win the pistol round ST, it doesn't really matter what team you play, you will still win the game.
Yeah. And we've just seen Virtus.pro win the knife round, so they will be going into CT side. So I believe we'll be getting ready very soon. So I'll hand it over to you guys, Threat and Daniel. Have fun.
All right. Okay, so yeah, we're going to be kicking this off very shortly. Virtus.pro versus eLevate, and yeah, I can see why Virtus.pro would pick Cobble. They are one of the best Cobble teams. They've always really liked Cobble. Taz, even when Cobble was horrible and terrible, he's still still like, hey guys, I think we should have Cobble in all the map pools, and everyone hated him for it. But he forced the team to play it. It's paying off. They're really, really good at Cobble, and the new version that's much, much better. And also, that said, the nuke thing does really make a lot of sense, I got to say, because when you're up against a team that you think should always beat you, having a map like this where you can say, okay, well, we know how to play CT side, and then T side maybe we win the pistol.
Yeah, exactly. A one-sided map is just more random in the way that you can get a lot of CT rounds even versus a team that's better than you, and it's still CS. You can win rounds from randomness or getting a nice shot, and if you get that as T, maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe they have the most awesome T rounds ever. But I think they're gonna struggle as T. But as long as they string together 4 or 5 rounds, it's possible.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like that situation before where we saw Thorin was making the comments about Liquid having Mirage in there, whereas again it's that mentality where if it's a best of one, you want it to be as gambly as possible. If you feel like you're the big underdog, if you feel like you should never win, you want to get the gambles in there. Nuke, again, to re-emphasize the point, Nuke is a great way to do that, and perhaps what Thorin would have said, okay, this would make a lot more sense from that mindset, and I think that's how he would be thinking about the Liquid match. Whereas, so as far as Virtus.pro goes, lately from their results and stuff, they are actually getting better and better, and they've been switching up roles a lot. I've noticed, we're still seeing a lot more AWPing from Snacks. That's not really something he ever really did all that much, but I'm starting to see it make sense from some of the new roles that he's playing, and it's freed up Neo to be less of a support in some maps, and we're reminded that Neo is actually a sick player as well. So we are jumping into the pistol, it would seem, though. So standard outside push so far from eLevate. Trying to get their way down to Secret. So this is a pretty standard pistol opening so far from eLevate.
Yeah, and they got down pretty much uncontended. We don't have the graphics for the HPs, but it seems like they only lost maximum of 30 HP.
Well, here we go. Got some nades in here to try to slow Virtus.pro down, but they know what's happened. They saw all of the lineup go down to lower. So Virtus.pro already here with the entire team to try to stop this bomb from going down. And how can eLevate get themselves with that bomb planted on the lower side? Taz ready with some flashes there to support, and they still having trouble getting the bomb down, but finally it will be planted by Storm there. eLevate just have to try to fend off these Polish players. They are dwindling the numbers here for Virtus.pro. Taz and Snack's left over. Snack's going to go down. Taz playing straight into the site now, and he's going to go down as well, so Storm going to win it there for his team. eLevate will win that pistol round, and I mean, they knew Virtus.pro knew what was going on. eLevate knew what was going on, but eLevate still came out on top there.
Yeah, and you can see that they had a really, really set strat there. We actually see a pause here coming in. Yeah, but as I was saying, they had a really set strat. They used 3 smokes, I think. They smoked both sides of ramp, and I even think they threw a smoke towards the vents. So that means they had at least 3 guys without armor, and that's, going down secrets, I would say that's kind of risky, because you usually expect to one guy to get killed when you're running across the yard, but they just got down very easily through the smokes and won it from there.
Yeah, it's a very important round, as again they're really looking at that CT side, and they're saying we have to win both pistols, basically. That's more or less what they're saying. I mean, of course, something some people I think would tend to overlook is that Counter-Strike by nature is about risk taking. It's about gambling. It's about understanding what's efficient. I mean, I think there are loads of crossovers with poker there. So I really like comparing the two in that sense. And I think eLevate have taken the right risks, not only in the veto, but in the way that they've approached their T side here. Like you said, they went for a pretty risky kind of set play, but having everyone survive allowed for them to actually have a really strong chance to make it with all the smokes and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And they had 3 smokes, and they didn't use a single one on yard, and that's like very cocky,
Yeah.
to be honest. It's just like
Yeah.
complete YOLO down to secret, and it's like worked out.
So the luck is with eLevate to begin with. A bit of luck added onto their good decision making. And they are going to pick up the pistol round. We're back into the match now as Virtus Pro looks like they have gone for PT50 armor, or pistol armor. So they have fully invested in this round. You can see at the top there as well that they've got 8k invested into this one. eLevate going to be running in with the SMGs. And you'll see an AK there as well. It's a bit of a mix of weapons. Snacks, though, up from Secret. There's a quick connection to the head of Storm. Now he's going to fall back, and he's spotted the majority of the players. So Snacks is just holding things down well so far, but eLevate going to even things up. Now how much more damage can be done by Snacks? Now how do they approach this? They're kind of locked out of Secret now. They can't go further down into the control room, and Taz is going to push this. Desi is waiting. As Taz going to find the angle. Wow, Taz is going to get the shot onto Desi. That is a disaster now for eLevate. How do they save this round?
Yeah, they just look so scattered right now.
Rocket is up quick though into the upper bomb site. He's find one frag. There's a nice correction there onto the second player. And it looks like it's all on Taz. He's got full armor and an AK. He's very dangerous at this point. Rock is on 2 HP. Taz has no kit, so... But
And this is smart. He's gonna drop down. No, he's actually not gonna drop down the bomb. He's gonna go down himself.
well, he makes the noise, but that was the weak player and Rocker. Oh, it's going to be Rush able just barely to take the fight. 5 HP remaining. Oh, that's a very close one indeed. And Virtus Pro going to have to go for the full eco.
And eLevate just looked way too scattered right there. I mean, they had a 1-for-1 trade on yard, which is expected when you're trying to go down secret. I just would like them to go at least 3 people together, like just push down secret. They made it way too complicated, like leaving one guy in secret, like pushing garage, and I don't know what they were trying to achieve.
Yeah, well, it's just a few PT50s here from Virtus Pro. They can definitely get some damage done with these though, and eLevate taking slow map control outside. We've got XP3 slowly and steadily pushing it. He's got some teammates with him as well, and you've got to be careful that you don't give away weapons in a situation like this, and they're sticking together to avoid that. And Virtus Pro just staying on the close ranges is pretty standard, to be honest, at the moment.
Yeah, we're gonna see Taz making the first shot, and Neo will probably just jump forward and see Taz going down there. I think they are expecting them to go down secret here in a second.
Yeah, they got a lot of info, and Pasha's in a really sneaky position. He might be able to capitalize and convert into a frag or 2. There's Des. He's going to spot 1. He might not shoot straight away. He wants to try and see how much information he can collect first. Desi's going to turn around. He's going to quickly pop Pasha. Pasha waited a little bit too long, and it's going to be just 2 men. 1 man now left standing here. It's going to be Snacks. Oh, wow! That turnaround from Rocker. That was a bit panicky, but it did the job. 3-0.
And a flawless round here from eLevate, and I mean, if eLevate, I mean, they don't have to win this round now. They can like lose it as long as they kill at least like 2 to 3 Virtus players. So I think eLevate might have a good chance if they can force Virtus some more ecos on this first half.
Okay, well, it would be really cool to see them go outside, actually, try to take some of those open angels with those AKs. Definitely a bit favorable for them, but yeah, it looks like they are trying to do that, but an aggressive smoke there from Virtus Pro to give them some more presence outside. They got 3 players, so perhaps they were anticipating that outside movement, knowing the situation, the kind of buy that eLevate would have, and the fact that there's no grenades for Virtus Pro, so they are trying to get ahead of things, trying to stay a step ahead, but it's not turning into a frag just yet. Good damage though, and the frag will eventually come. Pasha finds Rush, so this is kind of a cool opening from Virtus Pro.
Yeah, I really like it. You always want to pressure yard in the beginning. Like, you can just run into main and you're inside of A in like the matter of 3 seconds. So, and that's the problem with Nuke. Like the CTs just have too fast rotations, and a TK coming up here from Storm.
Yeah, that's going to leave just 2 players left. Desi of which is on 21 health. Not going to be all that helpful against 4 players. Bialy is there, ready by the vent. exit, and Storm and Desi have to make their way past each of these choke points. And Virtus Pro, they know what's up. There's 30 seconds left. They are completely committed now to the lower site. Fast rotation here for Virtus Pro. They're all going to be ready to deal with this push as it comes in. But eLevate, again, if they just get some damage done here, that's going to be exactly what the Doctor ordered. Oh, just getting away in time. Taz survives, and that's only one man down. And as you said, that's pretty key.
Yeah, and eLevate has to answer this yard aggression from Virtus Pro. And that's the thing that's so awkward about playing T on this map. Is if the CTs just go aggressively, like you still have to take the yard, and they stack it with 3 people. It's like, what's your option as T? You can't go A because they would just run straight into main as well.
It's definitely pretty awkward, and it's too risky to kind of counter strat it and try to like rush A straight away if you don't have a good set play, and that takes time as well. So yeah, it's kind of a hard situation, that's for sure. And we are going to see that Virtus Pro are going to give it up a little bit more easily this time around. Again, they've got the aggressive smoke just to slow down some timings for eLevate on the outside area. eLevate actually have a P90 on Storm. I wouldn't say that P90 is the best weapon in the world on a nuke. You're not going to see that too commonly. He's doing outside with it as well.
Especially as T.
This is kind of nuts, but Snax has a gap through the smoke, spots some players. Oh, the spray comes in. 2 players are down. eLevate have lost 3 men getting down into Secret. That's a huge, huge loss. And Pasha's sneaking back, and it's going to be another frag for him. He finds the bomb, and Virtus Pro have cleaned up this round pretty excellently. Taz finds the last frag, and 2-3 is now the score on Virtus Pro. They've broken the economy of eLevate. They finally are on an eco. And the worst of it should be over for now for Virtus.
Yeah, eLevate is in a really awkward or bad position right now, since Virtus Pro can afford, even if they lose this round. I think eLevate is doing the right decision here. Just going for the eco, they know Virtus Pro is going to have a bank. There's no way they're going to break it.
Okay, so what kind of play do eLevate have in store? This is the thing about Nuke, is that, well, you can't do anything to start the round as a T. Like you can't. You can't. There's smokes everywhere. You're going to be running through choke points. There is nothing you can do. You got to wait until those grenades do disappear. And that will, teams want a faster pace. It has to be outside. Well, the CTs understand that that's a potential option for you. We've got a creep outside, and Desi cannot find the kill. And they are just poking all over the place here, and it's like they are going to get cleaned up. Neo defending ramp. He's going to make the call to a teammate. However, his teammate Pasha goes down immediately. But Neo should be okay to get some frags, but no, XP3 actually takes him down. This is some good damage so far. 2 players dead, minimal investment from eLevate. They've picked up an M4. What other damage can they get done here? Another potential chance for a frag, and the fire does the job. So that's 3 players down now. This is actually turning into a great eco for eLevate. Virtus Pro, this was a round they needed to establish their economy. They will get the round, but losing 3 members certainly hurts.
Yeah, that was 3 really important kills from eLevate. I mean, every eco you have as CT on this map hurts so much. And yeah, let's see what eLevate tries to do. But I think if Virtus is still going to go out aggressive yard, I think eLevate should try to go ramp first. Just force the rotation.
I do believe Neo's picked up an AWP, and he is usually playing ramp, and I would expect if there was an open one of these players, if it was going to be outside, it would be Pasha probably. So Neo's going to try to lock this down, and you don't see... teams don't play ops on ramp a huge amount on the nuke of recent months, so it's not something you necessarily expect in the European scene all that much.
Like, the way to use it is you can only use it 1 round.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can get a free pick, because the terrorist might be like, oh, he's not even smoking, I will just try to kill him, and he's just waiting there with an op. And he might even give the op to Pasha the next round. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. That's actually a really good point, and eLevate, they want to get the wall of smokes going outside just to get the pressure. They don't even need to push behind it. It's just that added pressure information. They are indeed getting some fragging happening, as Snax is going to basically get one frag onto XP3 as they move into the upper bomb site. Trace coming in though, not looking too shabby here for eLevate. It's a 2-on-2, now all onto Desi. He's got to make this happen. Bialy picks up an AK, found on the floor, and Desi will go down. Another round there for Virtus, but it was another expensive one. They will hang on to the AWP, but you can really begin to see how this is affecting their money. It's only Bialy with any cash now.
Yeah, and the crucial frag there was Snax getting that pick on yard. They wanted to just force the rotation from Virtus to make them 1 guy on A go down the vents. didn't happen. Snacks took the guy, took the information on yard, and as you can see, the A bomb site was pretty much stacked.
I really like that round from them because the investment of $600 for those smokes to cause a rotation to get an easier situation on a frag. That's the kind of small place you can. That's like a low investment that can be a huge difference. And this is going to get cleaned up pretty effectively, it would seem, as they wanted to go for open challenges. But yeah, if eLevate have that level of fort, that bodes pretty well, to be honest. We might see some other cool plays out of them yet.
Yeah, I agree, and that's the way you have to play TO-Nuke. You have to force the rotations. You have to either push yard. We're gonna see an AWP here from XP3. Let's see if he tries to utilize it on yard. But yeah, as you said, you have to force the rotations either by pushing ramp or pushing yard.
Okay, so XP3 going straight for it now, and this smoke has been happening every time. And you can see how painful that is. It gives easy control, and look at this. Snacks gets positioned there behind T-Red, and he's going to be creeping up, gets spotted by XP3. They read it. They know the Virtus Pro have been making these aggressive moves. Pasha, will they anticipate him being there as well? Gets the spray, and that's XP3 down. AWP is out of play for now, unless somebody picks it up. But Taz is going to spot essentially the lurker who's just sitting in lobby, in Rocker, who could capitalize on any rotations into yard now from Virtus Pro after losing Snacks. But it is going to be a 4-on-4. 4-on-3 now in favor of Virtus Pro. Neo going to get caught though. Trade comes in, and eLevate have outside.
Yeah, and one-for-one trades. They have ramp as well. This is a perfect chance for eLevate to take around now.
Okay, so it's going to be interesting to see, because Virtus Pro, they can rotate quickly. Pasha's on ramp. He's going to be peeking up. Desi's got the angle, gets the kill as well. And now it's looking so good here for eLevate. They just have to close the round together. They've regrouped now into ramp for a 3-man push into the lower bomb site. Taz and Bialy going to be working the Vents position. Taz out the back now, circling around towards the control room, looking for an angle, and finds the bomber. Time is ticking away. 20 seconds left to make that plant. It's all on Rocker now. Virtus Pro saving this round. He's got to get the bomb planted, though. There's no escaping that crucial fact, and it's going to be Taz to capitalize, and Virtus Pro using the clock to their advantage there.
Not even getting the bomb down. If they buy this round, it's going to be an awkward buy. And that was so close for eLevate. They had a really good opening, just trading 1-for-1 on yard, getting into the 3v3 situation. But it was just Virtus Pro making the right decision. You saw them dropping down the vents before. And you can see here we're showing that they did decide to buy, but they don't have a lot of nades.
And the interesting thing there is that we haven't seen the AWP go to Pasha yet, and this might be a great round for that. Now that essentially the previous round they opened it by Snacks' aggression with the rifle getting caught out, now would be a great time to mix it up if eLevate were trying to overcompensate. But we can see that Neo's AWP is still quite potent, picks up a kill there towards Radio. He's got support as well if they are to rush him. I think they really want. He's really baiting hard here for I believe it's Pasha. All the smokes again.
They should just walk through the smokes now. I don't think there should be a gap.
Max is going to find Rush, but he will not win that duel. Pasha's pushing here, wants to try to clean things out, and he's going to get that frag, really crucial one from Pasha there. And he is rotated to the heaven area, but eLevate, they're moving towards lower now. eLevate are doing eLevate are very mobile as the T side, and that's really important, so definitely kudos to that, but can they make this work? They do have Bialy there in the corner of the bomb site. That's a really awkward position. Pasha's going to be able to take down 3 players for the 4K, and as they try to switch for the upper play, and again, it's cool how mobile they are. How do you feel about that one? Because they were caught as they were coming up the vent there.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so hard as TO-Nuke. Like, you can get, like, they were in a 3v4 there. Like, I even think you can get into an advantageous position, having like a 5v4, 5v3. It's just so hard to get down the bomb on the actual site, because the CTs will rotate so fast.
And also we're going to see exactly the same round, almost, as the last eco that they threw outside. But they just charge in to see what damage they can do, and it's going a little bit. Oh no! Okay, I thought that was an HE for a second there onto Desi, but it's Pasha getting the frags anyway. So yeah, eLevate are going to get cleaned up. It's just Rush left with a Tech 9. He can really be patient if he wants to, run down the clock a bit, see if they'll push him, but no easy engagements for him. We need wallbang in here. There we go. So 8-3 is the score. Virtus Pro looking quite strong at the moment as Elevates are now with loads of cash. They can get the AWP back in play on XP3 and see what they can get done.
Yeah. And look at the money on Virtus Pro, 16k on Bialy in the beginning of this round. This is a bank that is going to be hard to break for Elevate.
Okay, so XP3 is on the AWP. They've got lots of players towards outside here. They're going to put the pace on. They've got the wall of smokes set up here again. XP3 going to toss his one as well. Here we go. Virtus Pro going to read this. They've got 2 men outside, Bialy and Snacks already. Snacks still on T-Res, spamming through the smoke, gets the kill onto Rocker. That is really awesome there for Virtus Pro. That's going to slow things down, but somehow XP3 gets caught with a flash, but still gets the kill anyway. Virtus Pro, they are still in good stead though to keep hold of outside. They are making efficient trades. Rush is on 18 health. Desi's now gone down to Bialy as Virtus Pro completely destroy this push outside. Now can they get Rush down there? He's going to get taken down and the bomb is stuck. XP3 coming back up for the frag, takes down Taz. 2 more players to find though. Oh, just barely whiffs the shot onto Pasha, but it's going to be the round again for Virtus Pro.
And it's just so smart play from Virtus Pro. As soon as they see the wall of smokes on yard, they threw double Molotovs to answer it. And it basically means Elevate can either run through it, lose a ton of HP and probably die to the Virtus players, or they can wait, which means that their smokes is going to disappear and they won't be able to have a wall on yard. So it's like a lose-lose situation.
It's like a nice way to mitigate the damage of... Because if you overreact, if they do actually push it, then that's great. But if you underreact and they take outside, so it's like you get the information. It's delayed. You get the information because they delay for just long enough. It's super awesome. The theory behind that. That's really smart. That's super smart.
Yeah, exactly. And there's basically no risk involved because they're so close to A, still playing there on, next to the T-Red.
The investment is really nothing compared to the fact that or if you weigh it up against the fact that it makes the round safe for you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very cool stuff there from Virtus Pro. And outside again is the order of the day as they just charge down now. They've got the wall of smokes to cover them. And this time they're going to get down without losing anybody. And it's been a while since this has happened. They have a lot of nades left. Snacks is going to be able to take down XP3, however, on the outside. You can see him there sitting in the garage, able to pick one off as they go down. But they still got 4 players, so they can make this work. Loads of nades. The problem is, again, fast rotations, and Virtus Pro know that they're down there. And they know that there's a lurker around lobby as well. But he's dead now too. Yeah,
and Pasha is in Toxic. There's just nothing they can do.
He does get caught just a little bit too slow on the first shot, but does pick up the second. It's so hard for them to get anywhere close to this bomb site. And 10-3 now the score is Elevate. They've had some close rounds. They've had some great ideas. And you can see the theory behind it is very respectable. But closing the round against Virtus Pro is another thing entirely.
Yeah, they have that one round where they traded 1 for 1 on yard, which is always a good thing as CT, or T, sorry. But like after that, they've just been demolished. And we see like half force buy here. They're just buying so they can buy the last round, which makes sense. And maybe they should just try to like take ramp first or something, because yard is not working, obviously.
Absolutely, and they've got the Tech 9s out here. They're looking for maybe a faster pace, but this Virtus Pro are probably the best team when it comes to the usage of the fire. They are so smart that you can see in the many ways that they've been using it outside. Often, you don't see teams do that very often, but Virtus Pro, you can see how well developed the strategy is. You can see the theory behind it, as Threat was explaining, and so far it's looking pretty good. And they're even pushing for these frags at the moment. They're confident. Their economy's in a good place. They can get a little bit more frag hungry if they really want in spots like this. And 11-3 will be the score, but crucially, Elevate did pick up the pistol, and they do have those 3 rounds. So there is some comfort in that, I suppose. Kind of.
Yeah, kind of. The thing is, Virtus Pro is known for having a really strong T-side on this map. So, yeah, I don't know. If LOH take this round, take the pistol, maybe they can make something happen, but in the fashion of how these rounds has played out, is just Virtus Pro is just so dominant.
And now we have a mix-up from them as well. Snacks is going to be, on the AWP and Garage, and he's been playing close with the rifle on the T red area. So now they're going to have a stronger defense on ramp and on the inside, and they can give up outside a little bit more. Snacks going to get completely smoked off. We'll have to reposition a little bit, but he's actually just sticking to the Garage there. trying to spot through the tiniest gap in the smoke, and maybe there's a bad call, I don't know, but XP3 gets in main for free. Rush going to respond with a frag as well onto Taz. That's going to put eLevate in a bomb plant situation. Now, Desi goes down, he's planting in the smoke, wasn't good enough though. XP3 does get the trade, but things are going to be really hard now as Snacks is going to be right there on main. Neos up top, he misses the shot on XP3, I don't believe it. That bomb is now ticking away, so they did get it down in the end. Rush on a one-on-one, can't take down Snacks. XP3 all on him. He's got 38 health against the 14 of Snacks. He knows exactly where the nade is, the bomb is, and that's going to be the round there for eLevate. 4 on the board, that's not too bad actually, in your regular game of Nuke. But again, as you pointed out, it is Virtus Pro after all. But there are lots of rounds where they had some good chances to close it, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree, but just the way Virtus Pro won the last 6 rounds that they won, I have a hard time seeing how eLevate can come back from this. They just looked so much better, and I like the idea there, the last round from eLevate. Just throwing that wall of smokes, Snacks always expecting them to try to go down secret, and they just circumvent him and just run into main instead.
Yeah, it's really cool, especially considering the fact that Snacks had been playing closer for so long as well, and they kind of read a more defensive setup from Virtus Pro, I think. So yeah, they have a good sense of how Virtus Pro have been playing. But back into the pistol round now of the second half. eLevate, they really need this one.
And 4 people down secret already, nothing special there.
So Virtus Pro pretty much going with a somewhat similar round, but just with less grenades than eLevate had. They got
No way, I don't think eLevate knows that they're here. Virtus Pro faked A, which meant that the Heaven guy watched A, and they just ran down without anyone seeing them.
Now they're going to know for sure that the nades are going down. Rocket's going to get a headshot onto Pasha, but the bomb is going to be planted. And this is much easier, but again, there's no nades left at this point. Virtus Pro used all the grenades getting into the site and getting down into secret. So it's going to have to be straight up pistol duels. Here comes eLevate, and it's not looking so good for them. It's going to be 2 players left here for Virtus Pro as a pistol round goes to them. And yeah.
And that's so smart by Virtus Pro. They only had 1 guy in lobby, it was Snacks. He threw a decoy towards ramp, blew up the door with a nade, smoked main and threw flashes out A. Of course your reaction from Heaven is going to be to rotate to A and try to help. And during that time, there's this window where you can run down to secrets without anybody seeing you, and that's exactly what they did.
Really smart stuff, indeed. And now eLevate are in a really, really sticky situation. We do have the buy-up from them. They're going to have the pistol armor, or in the case of Rocker, MP9 armor, which is pretty cool actually. But Virtus Pro, again, they are going to be very wary of these close range positions. They know that eLevate are going to be strong there. They're going to be playing for the close range engagements. That's what gives eLevate their kind of the best chances to make frags in those kinds of engagements. And they are making their way back towards ramp. Trying to stick together, and again, that's definitely a good way to play things. They are molotoving things, being super safe, trying to make sure that they can't get annihilated by any stacks or sneaky trade spots, and moving together. Look, all 5 down ramp, looking for that bomb plant. And we've got eLevate. They know what's going on now. They've got players in position, but Virtus Pro, they are so vigilant. They're checking every single spot. So methodical. eLevate can't quite find a way in just yet. Peek out does take down a frag. Finally, Snacks will fall, but 7 HP left on Rocker. Desi trying to spam wildly with that 5-7. Doesn't happen. Virtus Pro pick up the rounds, and it's going to be a full eco for eLevate.
And that was just a textbook anti-eco from Virtus Pro. They did everything perfectly. They utilized all their nades, saved the smokes for the B side so they can smoke window and long, checked every corner onto B, and just planted the bomb. It's just a perfect round from Virtus.
Indeed, and it's going to be really hard for eLevate to be in a situation like this when Virtus Pro, if they win this round completely cleanly, they're going to start really establishing that economy. And there's not many rounds left anyway, so 3 more, and then Virtus Pro are going to go away with the victory here and move on to Cobblestone, their map choice, a map that they're amazing at, and a map that a lot of NA teams struggle to even find practices on.
Yeah.
So.
And I just want to state that there's some kind of error with the score right now. The score is not 13-11; it's actually 13-4.
Yeah.
as you can see there on the scoreboard.
Okay, so they've lost no one so far. And from eLevate, I mean, I imagine we'll just see their very default round here in the following one. But the problem is that when you lose that pistol, you don't really have the money to play the proper round. You have to buy, but you don't have all the nades. If you get an AWP, you'll not have it unless you full saved both rounds, which I don't think that. Yeah, that wasn't the case. Then you're glass cannon and you got no nades. So what the hell do they do?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm looking at you. You're like you're nodding your head.
It's
Like,
new.
no.
There's no option.
There's no options. No survival possible.
Yeah, but probably one of the maps where it's the least important to have an op.
Yep.
Like you're just gonna get smoked off anyway, probably.
So 2 more rounds here for Virtus Pro. Winning this one would force eLevate to eco, and it would already put them on map points. So Virtus Pro, they win this round. They're looking very good to take map number 1 in a fast fashion. eLevate, they're going to play aggressive outside. Now they want to get with the gamble straight away. They want to shut down Virtus Pro before they get themselves out there on yard, and that's exactly what happens. Catching Virtus Pro at the perfect timing with nades in their hands, and now they're only down to 3 players. eLevate going to fall back into more safe positions, and Snacks is going to find his way down secret in all the madness down the vents, and he actually gets 2 kills here. Really awesome stuff there from Snacks. It's going to make life very strange now for eLevate, who've been moving a lot in these CT setups. They have upper, and they have a good feeling of what's going down on lower.
Looks like they're going for the A push.
On the ladder here, so they have really good positions here for upper. These nades have to be really strong from Virtus Pro. And that smoke is going to go down. They're going to fall down the vents under the cover of the smoke. Rush is in position though. He's got to stop the bomb plant. He's caught in a reload. There comes the spray. He's not going to go down just yet, and he will get the frag onto Taz. Somehow he makes it happen. It's all on Neo, who's fallen back to the control room. He picks up the one-on-one against Rush. Now Storm knows exactly where he is, but he's going to be playing with the door, and this is just ridiculous. And Neo is going to go down the jump spray, and he's going to have more than enough time for the defuse.
Yeah, and I mean, first weapon round, it goes down to 1v1, not looking good for eLevate. And I mean, it was a smart move going aggressive yard, trying to catch Virtus Pro off guard. But you can't really rely on like crazy strats on CT. You have to rely on the standard play, and it being so solid that you can pick up 10 rounds.
Right.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I assumed. That's one of the reasons why I assumed they picked this map, because well, we play Nuke the same against every team because that's the nature of Nuke. You just have a strong defensive setup. You read the map well and you rotate correcly, and there's a strong game. It's almost probably one of the easiest maps to have a strong default on. But fast plays here from eLevate on outside again, but they are outgunned. But still, it doesn't matter. The FAMAS coming into play here. XP3 picks up a double, and the auto shotty indeed on Rocker sitting in the hard area, and they pick up the round. Just that super fast aggression, it was exactly the same in the previous round. And the thing is though, Virtus Pro, they got so many rounds that they can really mess with eLevate.
And we're actually gonna see them buy now, and I can understand this. 4 people died 2 rounds ago for eLevate. Last round 3 people died, or sorry 2, which means they can still force eLevate to an eco. I mean, it's so crucial, if you go over 1 kill, it changes everything, because then you have to drop 2 weapons instead of 1, and all of a sudden 4 people can't afford instead of only 2.
Okay, so I'm still anxious to see the auto shotty come into play. This would be a round where it could work. Look at him there. Okay, so XP3 is outside. He's the only man with any contact outside, any idea of what's going on, and he's going to already spot Pasha's challenge. Tech9's not going to do too much. He's got Rush there as well to help him out. And they have outside. They have a lot of players out there now, but they can't really compete on these ranges. Now Taz is out there with the AK now, trying to get the picks. He's not going to spot anyone just yet.
Yeah, Virtus is just looking for picks, and Snacks getting 1. I do think they know they can't actually win this round, but as long as they get 2 frags, they will be happy. And there's the second one. And this third one as well.
Okay, that's going to make things a little bit weird. Neo still has well, Yama's not going to count for much now. He's already got 2 kills, almost no health left on him. Now, the bomb recovery mission has begun. Picks that one up. There's not very much time left. 20 seconds left on the clock for them to make a play. Already making a lot of noise outside. They just got to go for it right now. Snacks is going to go for it. The trade is not going to happen. And it's going to be Desi to pick up the double to secure the round. But like you said, 3 kills is a massive. And they are playing on the razor's edge at the moment. Any mistakes from eLevate. And you could argue that already losing 3 players is going to hurt them massively.
Yeah, Virtus Pro is happy about that round for sure. Like, that was more than they expected, I think.
Okay, so 14 rounds for Virtus Pro, 7 for eLevate. Such a long road to climb. And they're all using M4A4s actually. No one's using the silenced M4, interestingly. Not sure if I've seen a team that's full, like all of them have M4A4, but it's possible that it's just they loaded out for the map specifically as well.
I don't really agree with this, especially like if you play the A site or the B site for this matter. Like the extra second you get with having the silencer is just so good on you because there's so many positions you have to check it.
Indeed, it's quite a shock to see that kind of play from them, but Virtus Pro with the wall of smokes outside, and Desi is the point man here in secret.
Oh, just missed him.
Oh, but he spotted one, goes for the challenge, but Bialy wins it, and he doesn't even know if there's 2 there. That's a pretty big deal at the moment, because he'll call 1, that's all he's probably saw. The death cam was being faked, and now we have eLevate moving in for defense here, and wow, it's really good. They got 3 players with excellent crossfires going on here, and now it's just down to Bialy and Pasha. eLevate with good positions to quickly rotate. And it's, oh dear, Pasha gonna blow up Bialy.
And the funny thing is there, them only seeing 1 down in secret actually helped eLevate, because I think Virtus Pro thought that eLevate saw 2 guys and that they were going to force the rotation. But since eLevate only saw 1, they still kept 3 people close to ramp. And then they went out ramp and there were 3 people.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess if they would have seen more, they would have maybe rotated more down.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that's pretty nice. Indeed, that's quite funny actually. But again, you know, Virtus Pro is so far ahead. They got lots of money bonus to play with now as well, and we can see that they're using that. They're in a situation where they can just buy every single time. That pressure on, got loads of Molotovs, loads of Tech 9s, and that is a lot of Molotovs for a T side here. And Desi's going to be completely charged down by so many players from Virtus Pro. He's going to see at least 3 there, at least 3 or 4 potentially, as they make their way down secret into the control room, into long. And Virtus Pro, this is the key position to be holding here, this control room area, to make sure that you can get that bomb planted securely, fall back to it. The frags are going to go the way of Virtus Pro as well, so they've done it. They've ticked all the boxes at the moment to get this bomb down safely and get a nice setup around it to prevent this retake. Rush goes in though. Not going to find all that much just yet. Does catch off Neo. Wasn't looking the right way. Storm actually in the confusion is going to pick up Bialy as well. That's a 2-on-2 all of a sudden. And wow, Rush is going to swing around, take down Pasha from control room. Taz all alone now, trying to get the frags happening, but it's not going to work. Rush is going to save eLevate. Virtus Pro can't quite seem to get that map point, but they lost 4 players on CT side again.
Yeah, that was Virtus Pro's round for sure. They had 4v2 after Plant the Bomb was down as well.
Yeah.
And I really like what Virtus Pro did with that round. They went all 5 down secret, and I like that. Most teams have like 1 guy in lobby, just playing the little kind of lurker role. But having 5 people makes like you have to be able to trade bodies when you go out on the B side.
Yeah, I seen their information, like they didn't have quite the right people looking the right way, so maybe the communication a little bit chaotic in that moment, but eLevate, they hold on for another round, but can they hold on to this one? We've got a full buy thanks to that bomb plant. eLevate, they want those challenges outside again. That's exactly what they're getting. The trade comes in. It's a 4-on-4 now, with the bulk of Virtus Pro still outside. And eLevate have given it up now, more or less. They've got some spots into outside, but they aren't competing for it heavily. Virtus Pro bullying their way through. Oh no, Bialy TKing Pasha this time. I think it's the other way around. And Rocker able to get the shots down, almost sniping down with that AK up from heaven. Going to spot them going down secret, can make the call. And now XP3, he's got a lot of work to do. They don't really have anyone in a good position to stop them from taking control room. So this could be on here for Virtus Pro, potentially with 2 low players for eLevate.
biggest problem is that the bomb isn't planted. They have to get that bomb down, and as soon as Virtus Pro make the sound of them planting, I think eLevate is just going to push in. They're just waiting for that plant sound.
They have all the bodies to get the trades they need to win the round comfortably, but can they pick it up? There's an easy one for Snacks. Where's the trade? Well, Storm is going to take down Taz. Fine, Snacks. He didn't know where the shots were coming from, and another round for eLevate. They're up to 10 rounds now. They've got 6 back-to-back rounds.
Yeah, and risky play there, having only one guy on the B site. I always like to go for the... If you're on a 4v2, you should always just wait for the plant sound, because you then know 100% where one guy is, and he's obviously not able to shoot back at you. But yeah, nice play by Storm, winning that round.
And they are actually going to be pistoling here, and eLevate going to rush into this. Now, that is a crazy move. Perhaps expecting a buy, but those pistols are doing a very cost-efficient job of removing weapons from eLevate, and their money wasn't too great. Virtus Pro, oh my god, what is going on right now with the last bullet? Snacks is going to find Storm's head, and it's a one-on-one. What ridiculousness is this? We've got Snacks now running back towards the bomb at the moment, with loads of time left. What just a completely weird round. Just I don't even know how some of these frags even happened.
I think that eLevate thought that they knew he went out the door, and I think they thought he went down the vents. So they were just like, let's just go out the yard together. But he actually sneaked through the smoke and went out to main, and there's where the chaos, started.
Now that was really weird because Snacks just then threw a smoke onto, well, as far as Desi understood, onto the upper site from the sound cue that he got, but he didn't rotate, he didn't bite the bait. But Snacks is going for that plant. But Desi, there's nothing more that he can do other than just wait at this point to get the confirmation. He's got the fast rotate up the vent if he needs. And the bomb is going to be planted there by Snacks. He's got the main plant. He's actually going to be moving close to Desi coming up here. Oh, Desi's going to spot him, sprays him down, and eLevate are going to be in this still. Virtus Pro, they took down 4 players, and they had no right to come anywhere near this kind of damage, basically. Just the pistol buy up some nades. And we can see how much that's been weighing on the money of eLevate, but they're just keeping their head above water at the moment on the money.
And it's actually 14-11 now, so eLevate is coming really, really close to actually making this a tie.
And this is one of the reasons why Nuke is actually awesome. We're seeing it right here, so... well, we might not see many more nukes, but we got XP3 now on the AWP. And let's have a look, see what he can get done. Nice angle, but almost getting caught by Neo. Very lucky to actually be alive, to be honest. Virtus Pro just killing the early time in the rounds at the moment. All those smokes down from the CTs.
Yeah, and Virtus Pro really slowing things down here. I think they realize now that they really must take these rounds seriously, or else they can't lose this map.
And I'm pretty sure that they're going to be incredibly confident on the Cobble, but still, they want it to be over on Cobble. They don't want to risk anything. We already talked about how eLevate are very capable of providing the upset. And this was the map that they chose to do it on. But for them, if it's going to happen, it's got to be done here. We've got a really strong setup towards ramp at the moment from eLevate, but Virtus Pro moving around towards main. They're going to get the upper play coming in. They are going to charge through the smoke here. Frags coming in. Rocker coming in with 2 quick kills. Bomb still needs to go down here. eLevate looking fantastic. Snacks gets eliminated as well. And another round going to eLevate. And this time it looked fantastic. Rocker with 4 on the upper push.
Yeah,
That went terribly for Virtus.
Just the rotation on this map. I mean, you saw them doing a ramp fake there, and it worked. eLevate had 3 guys on ramp when they went into A, but you can over-rotate on this map. It doesn't matter because you can just go back to A through the ladder in 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's really fast.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's nice try by Virtus trying to fake, but it's really hard on Nuke because of as we've been saying all this game of the fast rotation.
Oh, that's awesome because it's really clear that Pasha, they put the AWP on Pasha. They haven't shown an AWP outside yet. But they saw XP3 AWPing in the previous round, even though he didn't get anything from it. So they put Pasha there to say, okay, Pasha, go and kill him. You know that he's AWPing you. You know that he's going to be there with an AWP. Go kill him. And he didn't manage to get it done. So now that's an early advantage for eLevate. Now where do Virtus Pro go from here?
have 4 AKs, full set of nades. Might go for an A strat here. If it's how Virtus usually play, they're usually always fake on nuke. Smoke's coming in here. We'll see if they actually decide to commit to this push or they go back ramp.
Okay, well, so far we have some players moving through the smoke here, and not a lot of movement towards the upper side or towards ramp at the moment. They have Neo outside. It's a very disjointed kind of push onto upper. Perhaps trying to fake out eLevate indeed, but it's not really panning out for Virtus Pro. They're losing everyone. Bialy cannot get it done. And eLevate 1 round away from tying things with Virtus Pro and potentially stealing away map 1.
Yeah, and just look how CT-sided this is. It's
Way more bomb plants though for Virtus.
There's a reason why this map is on its way out from the map pool. I mean, it's like, what can you do, ST? Like,
Yeah,
I think
it's very
like
hard.
the best way to play is just going 5 people the same. Like, you shouldn't try to fake, you shouldn't try to have a lurker. You have to be able to just trade bodies like continuously and like get into that 1v1 and just manage to clutch it.
The map control is so important. Basically, it takes so much investment to get it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we have the quick push outside. They are throwing 5 bodies outside right now, so maybe Virtus Pro heard you there. Got the wall of smokes. I think they were... I'm not sure if they tried to get the 3rd smoke onto outer catwalk, but either way, they're all the way down there. eLevate with a fast rotate, ready to deal with it. Rush is trying to protect against any lurkers who would be pushing ramp a little bit delayed to catch that rotation down. And it's going to be control room now secured by Virtus Pro. They're, again, ticking all the boxes to try to get themselves a successful after plant situation. Neo with a quick kill there. Able to plant the bomb is Taz. Trying to plant it safely, though. The bomb will go down. Now eLevate, they are down to 3 men. XP3's on the AWP, but what does he do? Well, gonna get the quick scope there in onto Neo, and all of a sudden, one after another, eLevate are actually ahead. 3 versus 2. Bomb ticking away. Taz, he's on fire at the moment, has to back away from the door. They know he's there, but he's not dead, and that's massive, so important. They know he's there. He gets the headshot. Taz, can he get more? No! It's going to be the defuse coming in from eLevate, and they somehow clinch it, just barely once again. 14-14, we're tied up. eLevate, they could certainly upset Virtus Pro on map number 1 here, but there's still 2 rounds left in this half.
I think Virtus Pro should go for the same strat again, going 5 people down secret. The last time they did it, they were in a 4v2 after plant.
Yeah.
Now they had a 5v3 after plant. I mean, it's just mistakes that they lose the rounds there in the end. Like, the actual strat is probably the best chance they've had to pick up rounds.
Yeah, and even then, it was actually kind of like 5 versus 2, because the guy with the AWP was completely smoked off. What the hell do you do with an AWP there on that position? And they try to charge him down. Hits the no-scopes, but eLevate, they got XP3 up on the outer cat. I don't think they've done this. Oh, and almost gets the double, but takes down Snack straight away. eLevate with an early round advantage. Virtus Pro still committed to move down. They've got all the smokes outside. Nades coming in. They're all wounded at the moment as well, so eLevate with a huge health advantage, as well as the player advantage.
And we're seeing Virtus Pro doing the same thing. I think they know that they have been most successful as just trying to trade bodies here at the B-bomb site. Elevated though. Oh, I think they saw him going into Toxic. But I don't think it matters really, as long as he just can delay the plant.
See how laboured he makes it for them, how hard it's going to be to get this bomb down. Bialy goes straight for it, and I don't know if eLevate are quick enough. Rocker's there, he gets the frag onto Taz. Bialy does defend, and the bomb is ticking away. Virtus Pro, 3 versus 3 now, but still low on the health, but hitting the shots. Rocker and Storm looking to save this one. They don't want to go into overtime against Virtus Pro. They need to get this done here. There goes Rocker with the drop, and Virtus Pro pick up the round. Now, eLevate, they will be able to
They're
put
actually
together...
going to have a low buy.
They can put together something, but how are the nades going to be here? Not many Famuses.
Now the mind games will begin between the teams. Will Virtus go for the same 5-man push to secret? Or are they going to think it's too obvious? Or is eLevate going to stack B? It's getting to that like rock, paper, scissors kind of play.
Okay, so, well, the start of the round is going to look the same, like it often will on Nuke. Now, Virtus Pro, a lot of cash, a lot of nades. to play with. They can still do the wall of smokes outside, but that's going to use all the nades, all the smokes but one, and that's what they're going to invest in. Both smokes going outside now. Neo, the pop flash there in case anyone was AWPing on the angle. That's like super safe play there to use a flash there. So we do have eLevate now. Still waiting for something. It looks like Virtus.pro want the upper play. They are wrapping straight into upper. This is a great movement. They've got great control of the upper bomb site. Just Desi and Storm left on the rotation. Coming in from main. Desi trying to get the spray to work, but the fire is going to send him packing as we have Storm trying to move up the ladder, but with no distraction from Desi, it's so hard to get up there. Going to try to use the flash. Distracts them for just a moment, but Desi cannot get it done. 16-14 Virtus.pro. They closed the round. They closed the first map, but that was a close one.